Hi, today we are going to continue with our core language skills, and we are going to be looking specifically at writing and presenting. Now, when we talk about presenting, a lot of the time people think we're talking about standing up and giving an oral. Now, that is not necessarily the case. When we talk about presenting, we are talking about helping learners to develop the skill of presenting information. So that can be verbally, but also in a written format. So we are teaching learners how to find the information and then collate the information and present the information in a coherent way. Now, writing is a fundamental skill that learners need throughout their whole life. And we aren't just talking about creative writing. Obviously, the first thing we think of is paper 3, which is the transactional writing and the essay. But there is so much more to writing than just that. If you think about it, all of their marks, apart from the oral, are derived from written answers. And if you look further into the real world, you are going to have to spend so much of your time actually writing emails, responding to emails, writing reports, writing WhatsApps. We need to be able to express ourselves in the best possible way through our writing. So when we are teaching writing skills, we're not just teaching how to write a creative essay. What we are teaching is how to plan a message, how to organize a message, how to edit a message, and then present that message in the best way possible. So if we look at writing at a school level, we are looking at comprehension, application, and synthesis of new knowledge. So what writing does, writing shows us that the students have comprehended something. That is the way they convey their comprehension, is through writing. Application is, once again, can they take that comprehension, that knowledge, can they apply it? And the way they show us they can apply it is through a written answer. So when we are teaching creative writing, for example, we are teaching them how to think clearly and logically. We are, of course, hoping to develop their creativity, but we are also teaching them how to work through the process of, as I said, presenting a message from beginning to end. So creating ideas and then organizing those ideas, putting them into full sentences and correct English, editing that, and then presenting it. Now, like reading, writing has a huge impact on the way in which learners are going to perform in school, in tertiary education, and also in real life, because on an academic level, the way you show that you've understood the material is through your written responses. And in the real world, so many of the things that you are going to be replying to, responding to, asking are going to be through written messages. So when we come to writing lessons, what we really want to avoid is just giving them a creative writing topic and saying, there you go, write an essay. What we want to do is we want to really teach them all the processes and all the strategies that they need to do in order to be able to write and present well. So part of this includes taking them through the entire writing process, and we'll look at that in a little bit more detail later under approaches to language. But we also really want to teach them how to construct an answer to a question. So a comprehension question, or a question on the novel, or a question on the advert. So we need to teach them what the question is actually asking. So that's part of their reading skills. We need to teach them how to read the question. This is what we mean when we tell you to explain something. But then we also need to teach them how to write an answer, and how to write a coherent, concise answer that covers everything that they need to cover. And that is what we do in our writing and presenting lessons.